welcome to Monday Quilt Chat. How was your weekend? Did you sew? I hope you did. Hope you got something started, got something farther along, or got something finished. Either way, I hope you did something. I did something over the weekend that I've never done before. And I did a couple of bowl cozies. If you're on the Facebook group, you know that I did these because I posted them out there on Saturday, shortly after I got them done. And these match my kitchen. I have a lot of this teal, turquoisey, I don't know what you call it, aqua stuff in my kitchen. So I made my husband and I one of these for a bowl. Here's the pattern that I used. It is from Mindy Jacobs. I think I got this, well, yeah, it says American Quilter, November 2018. I don't know if somebody referred me to this or if I found this on my own in the American Quilter site. But it's super easy. You make it's a free pattern. You make two 10-inch squares of fabric and two 9-inch squares of batting. And that way you don't have to trim your batting off. And you put these little darts on all four sides. Clip those off. Turn it inside out. Stitch along the top edge. Very easy. So I can now say that I have made a bowl cozy. I made two of them. So there they are. That's a nice little project to get started with quilting. It doesn't have a lot of quilting on it. You just do the X from one corner to the other diagonally. I would actually like to do more quilting on it, I think. I'm not sure how that would work out because you have to turn it and all, and you don't really, oh well, we'll get into that another time. No time to be trying to change a pattern and do all of that. I've got so much stuff laying here. When I first come in here, I thought, what am I going to talk about? Even before I came in to the shed here, my sewing studio, I was thinking, what am I going to talk about? I mean, I kind of had a couple things in mind, but you know, you don't want the video to be 5 minutes long. That's not really a chat, is it? At least it's not a very long chat. Well, after I spent a little time in here, I was like, oh my, I have so much to talk about. So much to talk about. What else did I do this weekend first? I did work on my little aqua patchwork squares again. I did a few of these. I didn't do anything heavy duty this weekend. I was tired from last week. I'm still tired. I need to snap out of it. Drink some more caffeine or something. I went to my quilt store last Wednesday and got the border and the backing for the red and white quilt. And you all saw that on Friday. If you haven't seen Friday's video, go see. The red and white quilt top is finished. And you can see that up close and personal. While I was there, I got another one of these rulers. I may have showed this to you on Friday. I think I may have. So my quilt shop has all of these Quilter Select rulers. And like I mentioned a couple videos ago, I was thinking about switching to these because I didn't feel like I was getting a consistent reading with my Omni grid that I have over there. The ones with the yellow lines, I feel like I think sometimes I'm looking at the wrong side, and it's too easy to do that with those. I know not to do that, but it's too easy to just accidentally do that with those. So I'm changing out, and they're expensive, these ones, but I'm just going to get like one at a time until I have what I need. What else? I think that's all I actually did sew this weekend. Pretty sure. Yes, it is. I did some, remember the hexagon project? I had some friends on a Zoom call Saturday night, since Soya didn't have a sale. So some of us decided to jump on and sew together. And my internet wasn't working too great out here for a Zoom call, so I went inside. Still wasn't working that great in the house, but I decided to stay in there and just do some of the hexagon hand sewing that I've been working on. So did a little more on that, and yeah, did a few things, come to think of it. But some things that are coming up I want to talk about too. I showed you guys that I got the Barnstar Sampler book finally from Amazon. I had pre-ordered it about a month ago or so, maybe more. As soon as Martingale went out of business, the rush for this book was on. And of course you couldn't find it anywhere, and when you can't find something anywhere, that's when you really, really want it. So a few days later, Amazon did a pre-order on it. So I did that, and it finally came. So this is a sew-along that Fat Quarter Shop is doing, I believe, and it's already in week 3. So I need to get started on that this week. I don't know what fabric I'm going to use. Now on this one, they're using these blues and dark pink, yellow, green, which I love. I love all of this. But I don't know. I think I want to go a different route with it. I do have this Fat Quarter bundle here, which is called Elegance. And this is by Riley Blake, and it's some muted gold, greens, mauve, blue, and some dark blue. I might pull from this and then also pull from my stash here and there, depending on what these blocks are calling for. And they are giving a recommendation on color for each block. Like it'll say, let me give you a for instance. It'll say fabric number 1 is a white and raspberry print, or fabric number 11 is a gold floral. So, you know, you can kind of pull from your stash going by that. If you've got a ample stash, which most of us do. And then as you go through each block, you know, you have those same descriptions. Raspberry print, teal, aqua. And then, of course, the background is light. They're just saying white, and that looks to be what they used was a white. So I'm going to get started on that this week. As a matter of fact, I put that on my schedule to start that on Wednesday. Also this week we're going to start a new sew-along. And those videos will come out on Wednesdays. And we're going to go back to our vintage mystery block and take one of those blocks and do an entire quilt on repeat of that block. So the first block that we had on the vintage mystery block was the cactus pot. And it was like that in our quilt. And I'll show you. I've got my quilt right here. I have not quilted it yet, but let me see if I can find the cactus pot for you. It was the first block that we did. I love this quilt. I really need to get it quilted. Or I need to quilt it. There it is. And see, in the quilt itself, it's on an angle like that, but we're going to turn it this way. So all of our blocks will be on point, and so there will be some background. What you're seeing pink is this other block behind it. There you go. So on Wednesday, there's going to be a video that's coming out on this, and I will have the PDF for you again, and I'll be making some revisions to this to let you know how to make the entire quilt, what the yardage requirements are, and the block measurements and the block pieces measurements, the squares that you're using and the half square triangles. So we're not going to do the 9 patch in addition to this like we did on Vintage Mystery. And if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say Vintage Mystery block sew along, this was last year we did this. And we did a block a week for 12 weeks until we had an entire quilt. But we also put 9 patches in between. That's the side or something. Hold on. There we go. Now you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Right? Okay. So there you go. We're going to do one of those. And then the next sew along will be another one of those. But we won't be putting all of them on point. We might put some of them on point. We may not. There will be just some variations about each one. But we're just going to do this for a few weeks and do this cactus pot quilt first and then see how we like that. And then we'll do another one of these blocks on here. So I think that'll be fun. So be thinking about your fabrics, what you want to use, what kind of color scheme you want to come out with this design. I had bought a big hunk of this cactus fabric from Sew Yeah, and I don't know if it was an end to bolt or if this is 5 yards, but let me show you. It's so cute. It is cactus pots. It's so cute. Wouldn't that make a cute quilt back for a cactus quilt? So I might go in these ranges. There's some bright pink on here and all sorts of beautiful greens, which I love green. And then there's this kind of beigey background with that. And then someone had sent me, one of you guys had sent me some of your cactus prints as well. Here's one on a darker background. Same thing, but this is just a fat quarter. And then I have some with llamas and cactuses. But I'm having a hard time figuring out how to get these fat quarters in. So I may just save these for some other smaller project. They're so cute. Make a great bag or, pillow or something like that. Because there's a lot of cactus decor that's popular now, and it's kind of modernish, minimal-ish cactuses, to have cactuses in your home decor. So let's make us a cactus pot quilt for a throw over the couch or something, or in your favorite chair, or on your bean bag, or whatever it is you have, that however you're decorating. So look for that. Now, don't be thinking you're going to get behind just because I'm just now on this Wednesday giving you the specs for that. So we'll take a good couple of weeks before, I say you need this many blocks done by this date. And then we'll just kind of proceed from there. But I will be getting that pattern adjusted for you into a PDF form that you can just pull right off the description box of the video on Wednesday. And if you're anxious to go ahead, I'm not planning on changing the measurements of that block. It's a 12.5-inch block. Once you get it all put together, it'll be sewn in as 12. So if you've got those instructions from the other sew along and you're ready to go on a new sew along, make up your cactus pots now if you want to. but I'll have all the details on Wednesday for you, so you won't have to figure all that out. All that on point stuff. The other day we were talking about how, how did things go for me the first quarter of this year as far as the projects that I wanted to accomplish. And I did get the red and white quilt done. And I did get the stack and whack course done. That was what was left pretty much on my goals for like the first half or so of the year. I had already gotten done the ragged flashback before, and we did a scrap challenge in January, and we did that. There's still some things on my list though that I haven't gotten to, so I have another 3 months till June, I guess, the end of June, to cut down on this list. And that is the quilt coat and the Kantha quilt that I wanted to do, and the landscape quilt. Now, I do have that landscape quilt that I started at the retreat, so if I can get that done and out of the way, which I'm going to put that on my schedule for this week to at least do something on it. And I have been working on it a little bit at a time, but kind of, get more of a dent in it, because it's not very big. Because there's some other landscape quilts I want to do. And, this came out of the retreat. I'm bound and determined to get my retreat projects finished. That's the only one I have left to do. And so I'm going to get that done here pretty soon, so that when we get into the other half of the year, if I still want to do another type of landscape quilt, I can. The Nantucket Summer Sew-Along. I think we have 10 blocks now. Yeah, I have one I have to fix. I had this hanging up the other day on my wall, and one of you noticed that I had this top thing upside down. So I need to fix that, so I'm going to leave that out. Maybe I'll do that today too. So I have all of these blocks ready to go. Pretty soon we're going to be into the finishing of this. So that has to keep going for this next 3 months, but I'm sure I'll get that done before then, because I'm starting another block of the month with Stitch in Heaven, and it is called Happy Days. So I don't have anything from them on that yet, other than they're getting ready to send it out. I think the 21st of this month, April, they're going to be sending out the initial mailing of that, and the first block and everything. So that'll be going on for a year. I'm pretty sure it's 12 months. So as I get out of the Nantucket, I'm just going to go right into the Happy Days. So that's kind of a wash. And then the Harriet's Journey, I don't have those over here with me, but the little 6-inch blocks from the Harriet's Journey, I'm going to continue on that. Have not done any of those for a couple weeks, so I put that on my schedule for this week to do at least one block. So I'm going to do that. And the Table Runner a month out of a charm pack, I've never accomplished yet. So I'm not sure how I'm feeling about that. If I want to just kind of table that with everything else going on and think about that idea for the last half of the year and kind of get that going then. I think that's about it, and that makes me feel good that I can mark this stack and whack off. And if you're interested in a stack and whack kaleidoscope tutorial series, there's one out there. There's a playlist for it. The red and white, I can mark that off. And yeah, that's it for now. That's what I've got. So here's I've got some things written down already for this week. I'm still working on it. Here is this week's quilt. And this is Blue Fandango by Carolyn Brooks from Gate City, Virginia. She had taken a Judy Niemeyer's paper piecing class, and the vintage rose quilt pattern, and she adjusted it some to make it her own, and she entered that into a quilt show in the Smokies in it doesn't say what year. I would say that was probably last year. She said it was a ribbon winner. So she used batik fabrics and added the sunny colors for fun, and you can see that down here, how she added that yellow in there to make it pop out. So that's pretty. It's amazing some of these quilts that people do, and all this intricate quilting that people do and then enter their quilts into shows. I should put that down as a goal one of these days if I ever feel brave enough to do that. I don't know. I just don't know that I want the pressure of it. But it would be fun to win a ribbon for a quilt, I think. All right, and then I guess you all saw that I got the black and white quilt done. That was on Friday's show as well. Pat Sloan's block a day for March. We're in April now, so that's over. I did mine in just a few days because I started way late in the month, and I think other people had done that too. And I want to do that pattern again. I have my April Barn Block Mini up. It's very hard to see. I'm a little bit farther away from you than I normally am because I have my extension up on my sewing table here, so I can only get so close with my tripod. And so you're a little bit farther away. This one's very muted colors. It's strawberries in a very light green and some red, and red and green floral, and that middle block there has some strawberries on it, but it's very hard to see, I know. But that will be up for April here for this month. And what else? Is there anything else I need to talk to you about? I don't think there is. I think the main thing is keep a lookout for that video on Wednesday. If you're looking for a sew along, it's going to be easy, very easy. And I'm hoping everybody can just pull something from their stash. I don't really want you to have to go out and buy fabric for this. If you want to, more power to you, go for it. But I think I'm just going to search around in my stuff today and find what I'm going to use and just go with it. And try to coordinate it with that big piece of cactus pot backing that I have. I think that would be cool. So that is all I have today. I hope that you all have plenty to do as well, and let me know what you're working on. And I was looking at my analytics, and we just passed 8,000 subscribers, so thank you very much, all you new subscribers. If we haven't welcomed you properly, this is your official welcome. And we love having fellow quilters on here, watching the videos, commenting on them, giving them a thumbs up. And a lot of you that watch the videos and seem to enjoy them because you come back are not subscribed. As a matter of fact, it said 61% of you are not subscribed. So if you would take this moment right now to look around on your screen for something that says subscribe and touch it. Touch it, tap it, whatever it is that needs to be done, go ahead and do that. And hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. We do this every Monday, just a little chat about what's going on in my brain, which is dangerous, but come along for the ride. It's always lots of fun. And then Wednesday, we always have kind of an instructional type of video or tutorial or something interesting related to quilting or a project. And then on Friday, we share our projects according to some guidelines that I have set out in the description box. So if you have something you've done lately or something you finished that you're proud of, it doesn't have to be recent, and you've got a picture of it, send a picture in. Read those guidelines and send it to me on that email, and we'll share them with the world on Friday. So that's what I have going on this week. Yep, that's what's going on. I'm continuing to work on the kaleidoscope quilt as well. It's going to take me a while, but kaleidoscope and Harriet's Journey needs to be on my schedule every week. So that's going to be part of my week that I'll always be talking about, especially Harriet's Journey. I'll probably be talking about that for 2 or 3 years. All right, well, have a great week, and we hope to see you back on Wednesday for that sew-along. I hope as many of you as possible can join in on that, and we'll be talking soon. So have a great week. Bye.